Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with a video game review. And for this one, I'm going to be reviewing God of War for the PS4. In case you're wondering, this is the steel case that came with the collector's edition, which I did an unboxing for this game. So if you're interested in that though, I'll have a link in the description. And if you're interested in the gameplay footage as well, I'll also have a link on this in the description as well. So for me, God of War, I remember back playing on the PS2 back in 2005 when it came out at the time. In a way, many compare the game as kind of like a little bit of Devil May Cry, the two 3D Castlevania games they did for the PS2. Unfortunately, I don't remember their name, I forgot that. And Rygar, the Legendary Adventure as well. I mean, the game was fast-paced, over-the-top, and it was also famous for the the most infamous thing, the mini-sex game, though. Weird as that was, it was famous for that, and it was fun. It was a very fun and enjoyable title, though. I remember playing that one, along with God of War 2, God of War 3, and a little bit of the PSP ones as well, which is pretty amazing that the game series also made an appearance in the PSP. And the way God of War 3 ended kind of gave the impression of what was next for Kratos now that everything, at least in Greece, went to hell in a hay basket though. So when I first saw the trailer for God of War for the PS4, I believe this was back in 2016 though, I was excited to see Kratos make a return, but at the same time I had my concerns as well, though, given the direction they were going, and I was a little worried that I would be a little bit turned off on it, considering that up to this point, like I mentioned earlier, the God of War games are like fast-paced, over-the-top type of games. And this was also coming around the same time the Order 1886 came out, and the whole debacle of a mess that was, though. But just like with Horizon Zero Dawn, I was going to be given the benefit of the doubt, and like that game that I enjoyed though, God of War, after spending 2 weeks with this one, basically proves that it's okay to move the series forward and offer something different, and that's what this game does. And I'll get to the cons about it though, but I will say based on my 2 weeks with it, it is a really, really good game. So why don't we get started with the pros and the cons? The first pro we want to talk about is the graphics though. I love the art style in the game though. I love the whole world that this God of War is in that right now, in the world of Midgard, Norse mythology, and so on. Everything, like from the art styles, some of the character designs, looks beautiful. It really looks really, really nice though. So for visually speaking, it looks great. I'm basing this off of my base PS4. I don't have a PlayStation 4 Pro or anything like that, so but even at a base PS4, it still looks visually impressive. The next one I want to talk about is the controls and gameplay. And for this part though, the gameplay is a little bit different than it was from the past God of War games, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Basically, you are now equipped with your Leviathan Axe, if I'm saying the name correctly. As you attack enemies, you can even attack them barehanded, which increases like the stun meter at the bottom, and get that up. You push R3 and do like a brutal takedown or a brutal kill, to be exact. And some of the boss battles are also very interesting, as well as basically some of them require a little bit of strategy to attack them, and with a little bit of puzzle elements though, which obviously is a bit different than it is from the past God of War games. But overall, controls wise and gameplay wise, I really am enjoying that part. The next one I do want to talk about is your AI partner, or Aulx, if I'm saying the name correctly. And I have to say that Aulx is basically a very good AI partner. Now, past games, especially those with single player games, sometimes the AI partner can be annoying or a bit of a pain in the ass. One example of one being a pain in the ass would be Resident Evil 5, where as a co-op game that's great, but as a single player game, your AI partner is going to eat through your ammo and your supplies very quickly, and it's going to make that game very difficult to enjoy. Here, You don't have that kind of situation though. Your AI partner will, for the most part, mostly attack the other enemies. I believe you can level them up on that part too. Whenever you basically are facing an enemy, you can push the square button and Atreus will fire arrows. So, and for the most part, your AI partner is useful. There are times where you will have to keep an eye on your AI partner and you have to rescue them, but for the most part though, it doesn't feel like a babysitting job or anything like that. So for me, the AI partner, I think Atreus, again, if I apologize if I'm saying the name incorrectly, is useful and not annoying. At least for me, it isn't. And last but not least, I will have to say it's the storytelling. I really like the direction, the story that they're going with God of War. This is a Kratos who, after what he's been through and so on, is trying to trying to be just a regular person, though, although there's still a little bit of him still left, and trying to be the father that he could not be in the other God of War games. So you see him trying to struggle, trying to be like the dad and be like that father figure, to be exact. There are times when Atreus is upset in something and he wants to try to comfort his son, but something just pulls him back, to be exactly. And of course the whole mythology, whole Norse mythology as well. So as far as storytelling goes, it is really good. I really like the story in this game. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, I'm going to get to you my cons on the game, and I only really have one con for God of War, so we'll take a quick break and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our video review of God of War for the PS4 though. And now that I gave you my pros, why don't I give you my cons? And I really only have one con for this game, and that is that while I appreciate the direction that they're going with the series though, I can also understand at the same time not everyone's going to be a fan of the direction that they're going with this game. And I will admit there are times when I do wish though that they brought back like the old style God of War, the old hack and slash, over the top, fast-paced action type of a series. So I will admit that to some degree I would have liked to see that come back as well. That doesn't mean I'm turned off to this different kind of approach or anything like that. On the contrary, I like this approach. I like the direction they're going with this, but I can understand that some people may not appreciate this approach at all, that some people will prefer the old God of War over this new direction though. I'm not one of those. Like I said, I definitely like this approach. I appreciate it though, but there are times when I feel like I would like to see the old God of War style make a return, but at the same time I can understand taking this in a different direction. So as far as a con goes, I would have to say that taking this different approach might turn some people off, to be exact. But overall, my experience with God of War on the PS4 is really good. I like the gameplay and the controls. The visuals look really nice, even for a base PS4. And I believe that if you own a PS4 Pro, I believe you have the option of lowering the visuals a little bit, but playing it at 60 frames per second. The AI partner is really useful, and the story itself is very interesting. So overall, in my opinion, I really do enjoy this version of God of War. I definitely am going to look at this as probably in the top 10 games for the PS4 for this year. And if anything, God of War does prove that basically there's still an audience for single-player games. This whole thing that single-player is dead is utterly ridiculous. Look at games like God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier Automata, Super Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Those are all single-player games, and those are all doing very well. So this whole argument that single-player games are dead is a ridiculous argument. It also proves that it's okay to shake up the series every now and then to introduce something different and something new. I mean, Breath of the Wild can do that with the Zelda series. I can't see why this can't do with God of War. It also proves that yes, gameplay is still more important than graphics, and I still stand behind that. But given the right development and the right people, you can have something that visually looks good and plays good as well. And last but not least, and I'm not disrespecting those who own an Xbox One or anything like that, nor do I'm disrespecting Phil Spencer. I think he's a good person, and I do give him credit for turning things around a bit for the Xbox One, but I do think this points out that why exclusives are very important. These are the type of games that are going to pull people in to basically buy a system. God of War is to the PS4 what Zelda, Mario, and Pokemon is to the Switch, though. These are these strong single-player games. These strong exclusives are what going to drive people to buy the system and all. So I think if anything, that's what God of War proves to be exact. But overall, my experience with God of War is that it's a really good game, and it's definitely a recommendation if you have a PS4, though. It's just a matter of whether you appreciate some of these changes they made to the series or not. Okay, this concludes this video review of God of War for the PS4. And again, these are my opinions, but what are yours? What are your thoughts about the game? Are you enjoying the game? Are you not enjoying the game at all? Do you appreciate the change and different direction they went with this from the past entries in the series? Or would you rather them continue on with how they did with the past entries and you don't like any of these changes at all? Do you agree with what I said in this video? Do you disagree? Do you have a difference of opinion? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think, and I hope you hit that like button. I would appreciate it, and I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to, and feel free to donate to my channel if you like. You could do it through PayPal me or Patreon. Links will be in the description of this video, and I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon. Until then, from Southern California, I wish you all a good day then. Bye!